Welcome to Global Maritime News, the podcast bringing you the most impactful news reports and analysis across the global shipping and supply chain industry over the past half week. I'm Levine, your host, and as of Sunday, 13th February, 5 p.m. Singapore time, these are the major stories. First up, CMA CGM bans plastic waste cargoes from its container ships. And then, Kuehne+Nagel and Aker partner up to expand the availability of green fuels used, including hydrogen, ammonia, and methanol. Also in the podcast, the Express Pearl Explosion Report calls for environmentally destructive plastic pellets to be classified as hazardous substances. And rounding off, ZIM seals another charter deal with 13 ships from Navios Maritime Partners. First up, CMA CGM has moved to ban plastic waste cargoes from their container ships. The French carrier aims to help prevent plastic waste from entering the ocean should there be any accidents that result in container spillage. This announcement comes after the Global One Ocean Summit earlier this week, which took place from the 9th to 11th of February in France. At the summit, scientists and experts highlighted the issues threatening the world's oceans. Rodolphe Sade, chairman and CEO of the CMA CGM Group, announced that his company would no longer transport plastic waste aboard its ships. Every year, the group transports approximately 50,000 containers of plastic waste. He stated that the goal was to aid in the conservation of oceans and biodiversity. The transport giant believes that its actions will help prevent this type of waste from being exported to places where sorting, recycling, or plastic recovery are not possible. Mr. Sade stated that the group was responding to NGOs' calls for action on ocean plastics by enacting this plastics ban on June 1st this year. Sticking to the theme of global transportation companies making green initiatives, this week, Kuehne+Nagel have partnered up with green fuel producer Aker Clean Hydrogen to offer green fuels used for container shipping. The Switzerland-based global transport and logistics company will work together to help scale fossil fuel shipping early on. Each partner will play a distinct role in the partnership, with Kuehne+Nagel handling the booking of contracts for environmentally friendly containers in cooperation with its carrier partners, while Aker Clean Hydrogen will ensure access to green fuels. The companies emphasize that the first vessels with engines that can run on emerging alternative fuels are in the works and will be operational on ships by 2024. Both companies intend to expand Kuehne+Nagel's green fuel offerings to meet the emerging needs of the global container ship fleet. Elaborating further on this partnership, Arne Fauberg, managing director of Kuehne+Nagel in Norway, shared that the joint endeavor contributes to the commitment to a low-carbon business model. According to both of them, they are already in advanced talks with container ship owners who share the goal of fossil-free shipping and want to convert to hydrogen, ammonia, and methanol engines. Kuehne+Nagel will be able to offer the ability to purchase the appropriate amount of green fuels for their cargo through the mass balance concept in the future, thanks to partnerships with these carriers. This development comes after Kuehne+Nagel were the first in air logistics to offer their customers the option to purchase sustainable aviation fuel for each shipment. Moving on to the next story, the newly released Express Pearl Explosion Report, titled A New Kind of Oil Spill, calls for environmentally destructive plastic pellets to be classified as hazardous substances. The report was published earlier this week by health and environmental advocates, the International Pollutants Elimination Network, and the Center for Environmental Justice. This report is the first public investigation into the effects of toxic chemicals released during the largest plastic pellet spill on record. The report also includes the group's analysis of plastic debris washed up on Sri Lankan beaches, as well as testimonies from communities devastated by the pollution in the aftermath of the Express Pearl's sinking off the port of Colombo last May. Over 80 of the ship's 1,486 containers contained dangerous goods. The analytical results reveal that the spill's risks are not only physical, but also chemical in nature. Some of the health effects of various chemicals, metals, and plastics include cancer and endocrine disruption. Furthermore, some of the substances present have no safe exposure limits, and they continue to persist in the environment. Surveys were also conducted to understand the impacts on communities, and those interviewed reported lost income, destroyed nets, decreased catch, changes in the sea environment, and in some cases, allergic symptoms following the incident. In light of the report's findings, the International Center of Environmental Justice and the International Pollutants Elimination Network have issued a set of recommendations to Sri Lankan communities as well as national and international regulatory bodies. Among these are the establishment of a system for reporting lost containers and their contents in order to facilitate mitigation and prevention strategies, as well as the classification of plastic pellets as hazardous substances. Currently, the International Maritime Organization is debating how to address the loss of plastic pellets at sea and better track containers that have gone missing. Each year, approximately 1,000 containers are lost, and as global trade continues to expand, toxic chemicals and plastic pollution from shipping incidents will continue to pose a threat to their coastal communities, potentially causing long-term or reversible damage. So it is vital to get these regulations and enforcements in place to prevent these from happening. And moving on to our last story of today, ZIM has signed a large charter deal for 13 ships with Navios Maritime Partners. The $900 million deal comprises a mix of second-hand and new-build vessels. Sharing about the deal, Eli Glickman, president and CEO of ZIM, shared that with this latest chartering transaction, ZIM continues to execute their strategy of chartering in highly versatile vessels to best serve their customers and meet the significant and sustained demand across their global network. The deal also enhances ZIM's position as a global niche operator, thus contributing immediate and much-needed tonnage in required sizes, as well as effectively securing additional high-quality and cost-effective capacity to meet growing demand in the future. And that is all for now. If you want to comment on this podcast and the topics that we have covered, you can send us an email. The address is maritimenewspodcast@gmail.com. You can also find us on Instagram, Facebook, and LinkedIn at Global Maritime News. I'm Levine Tan, your host, and until next time, goodbye.